And that what in fact happened was Justin didn't harass Blake. Blake was interested in wresting control of this movie away from Justin, who was the director and the producer. She was just an actress in it, and used threats and coercion and bullying to do it. And to the point where this guy was in the basement at his own movie's premiere.
What I make of that is that if your wife is sexually harassed, you don't make fun of Justin Baldoni. You don't make fun of the situation. You take it very seriously. You file HR complaints. You raise the issue and you follow a legal process. What you don't do is mock the person and turn it into a joke.
My favorite part of what I've read of this suit so far is that Blake Lively did not even read the book that the movie was based on.
Correct.
And we're not talking War and Peace. This is a book that's probably written at a second grade reading level.
Yeah. Are you going to sue Blake Lively too?
Into oblivion, Megyn. And, and we're carefully considering other people that will be sued also. And some
Ryan
of them
Reynolds?
come as a surprise. Ryan Reynolds, for sure.
Oh, wow.
Hollywood scandals are nothing new, but this one is bigger, messier, and more shocking than anyone ever expected. Imagine being at the top of your game, one of the most beloved actresses in the industry, only to have your career and reputation suddenly threatened by a $400 million defamation lawsuit. Sounds outrageous, right? Well, that's exactly what's happening to Blake Lively right now. The stakes couldn't be higher, not just for her career, but for her entire future. There's even speculation that Blake could face serious legal consequences. Yes, even prison time, if things take a turn for the worse. How did a seemingly perfect film project turn into this legal quagmire? And what could this mean for one of Hollywood's brightest stars?
We've come across evidence that shows that even her own representatives knew that she was threatening and mean and tough and wanted to get her way. This is not something that we wanted out there. It's not something that Justin wanted out there. In fact, it hurts the movie. It doesn't help the movie.
My favorite part of what I've read of this suit so far is that Blake Lively did not even read the book that the movie was based on.
Correct.
And we're not talking War and Peace. This is a book that's probably written at a second grade reading level.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. We're about to take you inside this high-stakes drama, and trust me, it's a wild ride from start to finish. When news broke that It Ends With Us, Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel, was being adapted into a movie, fans were ecstatic. They had high hopes for this emotionally charged love story, and it seemed like a match made in Hollywood heaven. Justin Baldoni, known for his tear-jerking direction in 5 Feet Apart, was announced as the film's director. And who better to take on the lead role than Blake Lively, a true icon who's mastered both drama and comedy throughout her career. From the outside looking in, this project had all the elements of a Hollywood blockbuster in the making. Blake and Justin were seen as a dream team, two talented powerhouses bringing an emotional and heart-wrenching story to life on the big screen. But as we've learned from countless Hollywood tales, not everything is as perfect as it seems. Behind the scenes, tensions were simmering between Lively and Baldoni from the very beginning. According to insider reports, Blake wanted to infuse her role with her trademark charm and humor, adding a lighter tone to a story known for its deep emotional weight. Justin, however, had a different vision. He wanted the film to remain faithful to the book's intense, gut-wrenching themes, without diluting the emotional depth with comedic moments. What started as a simple creative difference quickly escalated into something much bigger. The once harmonious collaboration turned into a full-blown feud, with both stars pulling in opposite directions. But no one could have anticipated just how far things would go, or how damaging it would become. As production ramped up, it became clear that the film wasn't exactly turning out the way fans had imagined. Behind-the-scenes photos and leaks from the set suggested that the tone of the movie was much lighter than anyone expected. Fans who were bracing for an emotional roller coaster began to wonder why the film seemed to be leaning more into romantic comedy territory rather than the heart-wrenching drama they were promised. And then the rumors started flying. didn't take long for word to spread that Blake Lively was the driving force behind the shift in tone. According to insiders, Blake had pushed for comedic rewrites throughout the filming process, even as Baldoni resisted, trying to preserve the story's emotional core. Tension between the two reportedly reached a boiling point when Justin confronted Blake, accusing her of trying to undermine the film's integrity. But here's where things get even messier. Blake, in turn, accused Baldoni of sidelining her creative input and dismissing her ideas. She felt her voice wasn't being heard, and that her unique perspective as an actress was being stifled. The two stars, once a seemingly perfect match, were now locked in a battle of wills, one that would eventually spill over into the public eye.
I'm a man, and this is a story that is told through the lens of a woman. And especially when it relates to intimacy scenes and to scenes where there is a mix of intimacy and violence, I wanted to make sure that those scenes had a female gaze. As much as I can try to see the world as a woman, I never will be.
Drama reached its peak when Baldoni made a shocking legal move. He filed a $400 million defamation lawsuit against Blake Lively. Yes, you heard that right, $400 million. Baldoni accused Blake of defaming him both privately and publicly, claiming she had spread damaging lies about him that were now threatening not only his reputation but the success of the entire film. In the lawsuit, Baldoni alleged that Blake had been painting him as an egotistical tyrant who refused to listen to her input, claims that, according to him, were completely false. He argued that it was Blake who had insisted on the comedic rewrites and that her behavior was now hurting the movie's credibility with fans. But this wasn't just about creative differences anymore. With such a hefty price tag attached to the lawsuit, this had become a full-scale legal war. $400 million isn't just some exaggerated Hollywood number. It's real money, and the potential fallout from this case could be catastrophic. Baldoni's legal team is reportedly pulling no punches, with insiders saying they've got text messages, emails, and even meeting transcripts that prove Blake's involvement in pushing the film's tone in a comedic direction. But if you thought the lawsuit was the only thing Blake had to worry about, think again, because the next twist in this saga could be the most devastating one yet. As if the lawsuit itself wasn't dramatic enough, rumors began swirling that Blake might have lied under oath during depositions for the case. Yes, you heard that right, perjury. Allegedly, there's evidence that contradicts key statements Blake made during her testimony, including damning text messages and possibly even video footage that could prove she was aware of the creative direction the film was heading in all along. If these rumors are true, this situation could escalate from a civil lawsuit to a criminal investigation. Lying under oath isn't just a slap on the wrist, it's a felony, and the consequences could be serious. We're talking about the possibility of prison time, up to 5 years behind bars if she's convicted. The thought of Blake Lively, the glamorous star we've all admired for years, facing actual jail time seems almost too shocking to believe. But in Hollywood, anything is possible. What was once a disagreement over artistic vision has now snowballed into a potentially career-ending legal disaster. As if things couldn't get more complicated, Blake's husband, Ryan Reynolds, has also been pulled into the mix. According to some reports, Ryan may have influenced some of Blake's creative decisions on set, particularly when it came to adding comedic elements to the film. After all, Ryan is known for his quick wit and sarcastic humor, most famously showcased in his Deadpool films. First, the idea of Blake drawing inspiration from her hilarious husband seemed harmless, even fun. But once fans started criticizing the shift in tone, rumors spread that Ryan had played a bigger role behind the scenes than anyone initially realized. Sources claimed that Ryan might have encouraged Blake to infuse humor into her character, contributing to the very tension that now defines the production. But the drama didn't end there. Once the backlash hit, it seems that both Blake and Ryan were quick to distance themselves from the decisions that sparked the lawsuit. Insiders report that Blake is now trying to walk back her involvement in those rewrites, even as Baldoni's legal team continues to present evidence that could prove otherwise.
What I make of that is that if your wife is sexually harassed, you don't make fun of Justin Baldoni. You don't make fun of the situation. You take it very seriously. You file HR complaints. You raise the issue. and you follow a legal process. What you don't do is mock the person and turn it into a joke.
You thought the plot twists were over, think again. Amid all the legal drama, Blake's choices surrounding the film's wardrobe have also sparked a wave of controversy. Early on, Blake had reportedly taken control of her character's look, opting for high-fashion pieces and glamorous outfits that critics felt were at odds with the raw, emotional storyline of It Ends With Us. First, Blake seemed to embrace the glamorous direction, but once fans began to criticize the film's aesthetic choices, Blake quickly shifted gears. Suddenly, she was claiming that she had been pressured into those fashion decisions, that they weren't her call at all. But according to some insiders, that narrative doesn't quite hold up. Sources claim that Blake was fully on board with the high-fashion look, and even had a hand in selecting many of the outfits herself. This latest wrinkle in the saga only adds to the confusion and drama surrounding Blake's involvement in the film. Was she really forced into these decisions, or is she trying to salvage her reputation as the lawsuit heats up? With so many layers of controversy, it's hard to say what the future holds for It Ends With Us. What was once thought to be a surefire hit is now mired in legal trouble, with investors and fans alike losing confidence in the project. But the bigger question on everyone's mind is this: what will happen to Blake Lively? If the perjury accusations turn out to be true, Blake could be facing far more than a career setback. She could be looking at serious legal consequences. Hollywood may love a comeback story, but prison time is a plot twist that could mark the end of her glamorous reign. At this point, it's hard to say what the final outcome will be. Will Blake Lively find a way to weather this storm and come out stronger on the other side? Or will this lawsuit and the potential criminal charges derail her career for good? As the lawsuit rages on and new twists emerge, one thing is clear: Blake Lively's future is hanging by a thread. Could this $400 million defamation lawsuit and the rumors of perjury destroy everything she's built? Or will she defy the odds and come out of this scandal with her career and reputation intact? Only time will tell, but one thing's for certain: this is one Hollywood drama no one will forget anytime soon. Stay tuned, because the next twist could be just around the corner.